Coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? I got our vintage mayor's office, the first mayor's office shirt, most comfortable shirt I own.
Dude, I love that, man. We gotta get. You know what we gotta do? We gotta get like our own mayor's office shop and like get because those T-shirts are some of the most comfortable
Dude,
T-shirts ever.
Sean Casey, everybody gets the most comfortable T-shirts. It's like the exact type of. It's like when you get sheets with thread counts.
Yeah,
Sean Casey has like a perfect thread count on a T-shirts that he puts together. It's amazing.
dude. Dude, honestly, I'm a T-shirt snob. I'm one of those guys. Ask my wife. It's like so annoying. I'll put them. No, I don't like it. She's like, oh, I just got that for you. Like, I don't like. I'm a T-shirt snob. I have to fit perfect. They got to feel good, like you said. So I only get those whenever I order stuff. I get those same shirts.
Yeah, I love
They're the
it.
best.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Hey, dude, your boy Ian Happ and the Cubs are just pulling off miracle after miracle, and they did it again last night.
yeah, dude. Well, I'll tell you what. They pulled off an unbelievable game yesterday. Went down big to the Dodgers in Chicago. You could tell at the beginning it was going to be a home run festival. And the wind's blowing out a little bit there. Chinch, a nice fly ball gets it out of the ballpark. You saw Pico Armstrong went deep again. Tucker came back, hit a big two-run bomb to bring them to 10-9 late in the game. And then they were down to their last strike, and Amaya, the catcher, comes up and flies one into that, netting. That's,
Yeah, they
right
call it
above
a bucket bomb. They're
the
calling.
bucket bomb, yeah, a bucket bomb to tie it with 2 outs in the ninth against Tanner Scott. Fastball up, got on top, incredible. And then our boy Happer, friend of the shows, Ian Happ, came up, rocket to right field. I believe it's two changes. You tell me if the baseball gods show up. Hap was talking about, I just wanted to hit a ground ball to the right side because it's extra innings, guys on second base, hit a ball to the right side to get the guy over. So he's like, I just want to get the guy. Well, he hits a hard ground ball to the right side. Not only does he get him over, he gets him in to win the ball game, and the Cubbies win. Everyone was saying it felt like a playoff atmosphere. Nothing better than during the regular season, even if it's April. Got a team like the Dodgers coming out to Wrigley with a good Cubs team. That's when it feels like a playoff atmosphere. So
Yeah.
really, really awesome game.
And how about this, dude? Best run differential in baseball right now at plus 42. That's pretty amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, it just goes to show you they're pitching it. They're doing everything. They're hitting, they're pitching. That offense is loaded. Pete Crow Armstrong with another great game. I mean, you talk about. Do you remember where he came from, Chinch? And I remember when he was traded, when they were making a run a few years ago, they traded Javi Baez and I believe Trevor Williams
You
to
got it.
the Mets for Pete Crow Armstrong. And I coached Pete Crow Armstrong at the Futures game a few years back.
That's right.
And I remember thinking, this kid's awesome. He's a great personality. He can swing it. He can run. He plays a Gold Glove center field already. And when they traded, because I knew they were renting Baez,
Right.
and I was thinking, wow. I think Pete Crow Armstrong was their top prospect at the time. So, man, I think Baez was okay for the Mets, but you gave up on maybe a franchise guy.
Dude, he's only 23 years old. He's played in all 25 games so far this season, by the way. And what's he got? He's got 4 bombs, 13 ribbies, hitting 276,
He's got like 8 stolen bases too.
8 stolen bases. You're right. I mean, he's a star, dude.
And Chinch, he might be the best center fielder. He can flat out go get it in center field.
Yeah, and you need
So,
that.
yeah. And I think they tried to lock him up long term already, and he kind of was like, I just want to keep trusting myself, play it out, see what happens.
Yeah, when you're 23 years old, you're not really too concerned about injuries and stuff. If you're that good of an athlete, he's like, the heck with it, man. Give me another year, and then I'll go get my 700 million like everybody else does now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, dude, you go back and look at a guy like Riz. I mean, Riz had a couple good years, then signed 7 years, 40 million. I mean, Riz probably left 200 million on the table.
There you go. That's what happens. That's the rub. That's the risk reward kind of thing, man. It's a tough call, but man, when you're at $40 million is pretty good money. So like, it's so hard to turn that down, man. What would you do if you were playing now? Like your first few seasons in the big leagues, you probably would have fit in this mold where they were like, hey, let's lock up this Sean Casey guy. He's a hit.
Well, they gave me a 5-year. They did give me a 5-year deal after my 4th year in the big leagues, though.
Wow.
Wait, after my 4th year. So I'd already gone 2 All-Star games. I was hitting, I had some really big years. But dude, to tell you the truth, I was fortunate. I got, a 5-year, $33.5 million deal or something like that. and that was like winning the lottery for me. My dad was making 33 grand a year. I was making 33.5 million. I'm like, whoa, I'll take it. But it's funny, dude. I got hurt. I got hurt the year I signed it in spring training of 2002, and I got hurt that year. It was when I blew out my shoulder
Right.
and all that stuff. So you just never know. That's the thing. Like you look at a guy like Jackson Merrill who signed for $135 million for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, that was a bad move. And you're like, well, you don't know what the future holds. You know you're set for the rest of your life at $135 million. So
I
it's
do think generally speaking, like if you're that great, like Jackson Merrill, for example, like 4 years down the road, if he's the best player in baseball, something transpires there between where he can kind of like put a little pressure on them to restructure, or the team can say, you know what, this guy's our franchise, and there is the option down the road to be like, you know what, we're going to rip this up and we're going to redo your contract. I mean, you're not going to see it often, but there's always a potential of that.
You don't see that in baseball, dude,
You think?
because
Never?
it's guaranteed. I don't know. Like in football, you see it because I think those guys,
They
that's the
treat
way
those
the
guys.
system is. But yeah, like I think in baseball, like look at Ozzie Albies. What did he sign? 7 years, like
That's true.
35. One of the worst contracts ever. 35
Yeah.
million. 7
Yep.
years, 35 million. Like I
Yeah.
mean, talk about how much money he left on the table. But at the end of the day, you're right. You put $35 million in front of somebody that hasn't had any money his whole life.
Yeah.
You're taking it.
Meanwhile, biggest bargain in baseball might be Aaron Judge.
No, seriously, I think it is. I
Dude,
think it is.
he's hitting 411. He should be hitting like 415 if you include that home run that was robbed of him at the
Right.
point the other day.
Is he the most underpaid guy in the big leagues right now?
He really might be. He's leading the league in batting average by 411. He's got 25 ribbies. That's number one. Look at all these like black chalk highlight marks on Baseball Reference. On base percentage, number one. Slugging percentage, number one. OPS, number one. OPS plus. And then all the Brian Kenny stats. He's leading on Major League Baseball. Total base at 65, leading Major League Baseball. Come on.
Dude, I was thinking about this last night. When Soto said, "Well, last year I was seeing more pitches because Aaron Judge was, was hitting behind him." It's funny. Aaron Judge doesn't need anybody around him, dude. He
You're
just
right.
needs Aaron Judge. He doesn't need to see pitches. He doesn't need to be pitched to. He's like, I feel like it's Barry Bonds. He gets pitched tough, but when he gets pitches to hit, he hammers them.
Yeah.
And he's ready to hit. Last night, his first at bat, he hit a ground ball single through the 4-hole. Like, this guy can hit. He wants to be a great hitter, dude. He wants to be a 300 hitter. That's what I saw. Like, I saw something on MLB.com saying they think 7 guys this year could hit 300, which is so incredible. Like, it's ridiculous that's where the game's at. But that's still a barometer for the best players. The best players are still hitting over 300. Bobby Witt last year hitting 332. Like, best hitters in the game still go line to line. They go the other way. They find their way to get hits. And I really believe home runs are mistakes. If you run into 25 to 35 mistakes, if you're a Judge, 60 mistakes a year, there's some more hits. But if you're trying to get hits and you're trying to be a good hitter, you're going to run into home runs. And when you look at Aaron Judge, leading in average and OPS plus, getting on base, all that stuff, but also leading in, up there in home runs, up there in slug, all that stuff. He wants to be a good hitter first, and power becomes a byproduct of being a great hitter. I think sometimes guys miss that. You just want to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Okay, that's good and all, but if you have a good process and good approach first, you're going to hit the ball out of the ballpark just because you're going to run into a few out front on some sliders and
Yeah.
curveballs, backup changeups, splits.
Exactly. Two things. One, everybody says, oh, guys break down the long contract. It's not great. He's a hitter first, like you said. Like, he's hitting opposite field line drives. It's not like dead pull home run. Like, Pujols had to just turn and burn the last, 5 years of his career.
Right.
And he was one of the greatest ever. But Judge has never been that guy. He's always been a little more just light and load. But I'm going to give you a stat here. I think he might, this is controversial, but he may wind up being one of the top 10 hitters in the history of baseball, because I'm going to give you right now, he's played 10 years, okay? His 162 game average is this: 291 batting average, 51 homers, and 118 RBIs. That's his 162 game average. Now he's had a couple of years. Obviously, we didn't play the full 162. But hey, let me give you this: since 2021, 148 games, 157, 23, 106. Yeah, that got beat up a little. But then last year, 158 games. I think he's figured out not only how to play, but to sustain. Which probably there's a lot to that in baseball that we don't talk about. Staying on the field.
Big time. The best ability is sometimes availability. That's the truth. And also too, what a shame that we had COVID in 2020 because what those guys play 60 games.
Yeah,
We missed out on
he played 28 games in
28 games, so we missed out on 140 games that year, 130,
yeah,
30,
good
40
point.
games that year. So that's also hurts. And obviously this is his ninth year. 2016 he was up for a little bit, but I think that at the end of the day, Chinch, you got to really ask when it's all said and done, is he the greatest Yankee of all time?
Hey, look,
Seriously,
people are going to go.
even Mantle.
I'm telling you, statistically speaking, he's getting there. And if he can get a championship, I mean, he's gotten to the World Series and he's carried them so close. And we also forget he lost an MVP and he lost a chance at another World Series to those Astros teams. We forget about that, dude.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Good
So,
point.
oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, dude. So I actually think you're a Yankee fan, and I actually think we were talking about this last night on MLB Network. If Judge puts up a couple more monster years, he might be the greatest Yankee of all time. And I know maybe some people back in the day with DiMaggio and Mantle and even Ruth don't want to hear that, but
Hey, listen, you can't. I mean, the statistics are there, so that's not a crazy statement. Old school people are going to be like,
right.
come on, my dad would kill us if he. But hey, man, you got to go with what you see on paper and in real life. And this dude he's an all timer and an all time great person. That's the best part about it.
He's the best person ever.
There you
He's
go.
a Hall of Fame person right now.
Nice. All right, what do you got today? You got a little. You're on the what do they call it?
I
The
got MLB.
crushed velvet.
Yeah, I got MLB Central this morning, which is
Nice.
gonna be great and going on here in a little bit, and then I got MLB Central the next couple of days. So I'm excited, man. I
Nice.
was on
And then
MLB tonight.
tomorrow we got your boy the meat hook, bro.
Oh, the
Meat,
meat hook's gonna be on tomorrow, coming in inside the mayor's office for
dude.
all the people that love baseball. The meat hook's the greatest. He's out there coaching the Northern Colorado Owls, which is an independent baseball team, which really acts as like,
Yeah, like
nowadays this is like the minor leagues kind of.
yeah, exactly. And he's taking it so seriously. You guys got to hear and how he's going to manage it and like his philosophies. And also we dive into he used to have one of the greatest baseball card collections in the history of the world.
Game. Yeah, he did. He did.
All right, bro.
Okay,
Excellent.
man. All right, Chinchy. Have a great rest of your day. Everyone out there, thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Subscribe, download. We'll catch everybody tomorrow. See you.
See ya.